Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Hyperdrive Inn Devlog. This week I have a treat for you because we are going into the laundry room of our Infinite Hotel. So, let's get going. This week I've been neck deep in this weird laundry room where the infinite laundry of the Infinite Hotel is being processed. Because of the sheer volume, the system is automated, but it still requires human hands to remain operational. As you can guess, the conditions of the workforce aren't optimal. I actually got a question last week about my design process, so now's a good time to go through that a bit. I like to play inside a well-confined box, so everything starts out with level design. I make a rough draft, and after that Henry Tervapuro provides me with a sketch of the level. I then start building the logic around the level. I have of course pre-planned everything, but it's more of a loose concept of things that usually tend to change once I start working on the specific level. I like to be able to change things on the fly, and that's why I prefer to use a loose outline rather than a well-defined plan. Usually, the completed work is very different from the original plan, so this approach is a time saver for me. I have an idea or two which work as the backbone of the level. These can be puzzles, characters, or cool graphical elements used in the scene. For example, this laundry room started to take shape around the massive robot. In my first draft, the robot was just a large CRT screen working as a sentinel, but then I had the idea of adding some Terminator looks to it, and after that the whole level started to form around it. In terms of gameplay, I like to move from the end to the start. I start working on the puzzles in reversed order, which might sound counterintuitive, but for me it's a lot easier to grasp when I know right off the bat where the level ends. Once I have a solid idea on what's going to happen in the level and I have the logic figured out, I start working on the narrative. I want the puzzles to blend seamlessly into the story of the game and a specific level, so narrative has to be considered during the whole process, but connecting the smaller dots is a lot easier when you can complete the level from start to finish. After everything is in place and in working order, it's time to debug the whole thing. This is for me by far the most tedious part of game development, but it's a lot easier to fix things as you break them. The final debugging is of course a thing of its own, but the process will be so much easier when individual levels are in somewhat completed state. And that's about it. This is how I do things, and so far it has proven very fruitful. And thanks again for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing for this channel. It would mean a lot. And Hyperdrive Inn is already on Steam, so you can go ahead and wishlist the game. I would really appreciate it. But that's all for today. I will see you again next week. But until then, bye bye!